Welcome back to another episode of Virtual Huddle, man. Game 3 recap. Spurs take home the W, 115 and 111 over the Knicks. Big game from Wemby, 32, 8 and 6 on 11 to 18, 2 of 4 from 3, 8 from 9 from the free throw line. Champagny, solid, 12 points, 4 9, 3 of 7 from 3. De'Aaron Fox, kind of shaky, but had some good moments, 12 points, 4 of 14 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3, 8 assists, though. Vassell, 11 points, 3 for 4 from the field and the three-point line. 4 rebounds. Stephon Castle, 23 points, 8 for 14, 2 for 5 from 3, including a big one, a huge 3. 5 for 3 from the free throw line, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and only 2 turnovers. Keldon Johnson, 7 points, 3 for 5 from the field. Had some questionable moments and some decisions, but definitely is impactful. Carter Bryant, even in his 4 minutes, hit a big 3 in the corner. Had those 2 fouls, but I mean, that's what it takes. Luke Cornett, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal in only 9 minutes of play. And then Dylan Harper, huge game. 13 points, 5 for 18 from the field, 1 for 8 from 3, but a big 3 that he hit. 2 free throws, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, great team win from the Spurs, obviously led by Wemby, but everybody had to play tonight for them to win. They ended up shooting 46 from the field, 35 from 3, 78 from the free throw line. You know, those are pretty solid numbers, especially for this series goes. Now get to the Knicks, OG Anunoby. Big game, 28 points, 9 for 13, 3 for 7 from the three-point line, 7 for 9 from the free throw, 5 rebounds. I mean, great game from him. You would have told me him and Jalen Brunson combined for 60. I would have thought they won, game over, series over. Brunson, 32 points, 11 for 25 from the field. Better numbers, but still kind of struggling. That's, a little bit over 40% that he shot. He's still under 40% for the series. 3 for 5 from 3, 7 for 8 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 turnovers. Numbers look good, but you can tell they're making it hard for him. Josh Hart, huge game, 16 points, 6 for 10 from the field, 4 for 7 from 3. I mean, guys, Josh Hart, 4 for 10 from 3. How did the Knicks lose? 9 rebounds, 5 assists, only 2 turnovers. Karl Towns had his worst game of the series. 11 points, 8 rebounds. He was averaging, I think, double-double, close to 20 and 10 or 20 and 12, something like that. So obviously played below his standard for this series. Still had 3 steals, 2 blocks, so he wasn't, totally bad out there. Mikal Bridges, after a huge game, too, only came out, got into foul trouble. 2 points, 1 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. No free throws, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Then we get to the bench. Mitchell Robinson, 5 points, 2 for 3 from the field, 1 for 2, 4 rebounds. Jordan Clarkson, a big spark for them. Haven't seen him much this series, but he had 13 minutes, 10 points, 4 for 7. And I think which was a big story tonight, kind of might be the reason. I'm not going to say he's the reason they lost, but Landry Shamet came back to earth. Only 3 points, 1 for 8 from the field, 1 for 7 from 3. I mean, 5 fouls. He was just all the Knicks were in foul trouble. Brunson had 5, Mikal Bridges had 4, Cat had 4. It was just a rough game for them at home. I kind of thought thought it'd be a little more than just home court advantage for them. With that much pressure and that much energy in the building, I mean, you can't say the home game was just a regular home game for them. That I think that energy sometimes doesn't go the best for home teams when there's that much hype, that much pressure on them to win the game. Trump came to the game. They had all that. It was just a lot around the game that was outside of basketball that I think just, sometimes it's just too much. And as we can see, some of the role guys didn't step up like they should have, like they had been all series, all playoffs. So the Knicks, 14-game win streak comes to an end, 14 or 15. But I mean, still not the worst game in the world. They still are in the driver's seat. They win, this game 4. Series is theirs almost. They go up 3-1 back to San Antonio, but, San Antonio will have to win 3 in a row, and that might be tough for them. I mean, the Knicks, they have to start better in the first quarter. They can't be down 33-22 at the end of the first. And they've been down, I think I was watching Inside the NBA, they said they've been down 8 at least at every first quarter. And, that's not sustainable. You can't win games. You can't win series like that. I mean, you'll win 2 like they have, but that's not something you want to do to get off to a bad start consistently. Speaking of starts, Wemby, the Spurs went to him like they have been, backs against the wall. They got him the ball early. Castle played well early. Dylan Harper had some big moments, and Fox even scored some big moments early where he was, some momentum stopping plays. Spurs just showed up tonight. I think they had to. Their backs were against the wall. They knew what would happen if they went down 3-0. So I think just avoiding that was their, biggest concern, of course. But I really want to focus more so on the Knicks. I think even though Brunson had a good game, you got to get him easier buckets. He's working so hard for his buckets. Even though he had 32 tonight, it was still a hard 32. Like, I don't know if I've ever said somebody's had a hard 32. Like, you just got to, I don't know what it is. Maybe Cat needs the ball more. I mean, they don't really have many creators outside of that. Like, I wouldn't give the ball to Mikal Bridges and try to, if he could score on his own, but not really running offense through him. They might be missing that. Alvarado had some good moments. He had a shot over Wemby, but that's, he hit 4 points. It's not really going to swing the game. Just I think the Knicks just have to come back the next game. What's that on Wednesday? Just the others have to play well, and not only do they have to play well, but they need to take the lid off of Brunson, so Brunson can maybe pass the ball up and bring not have to bring the ball up against pressure. Maybe he can get to his spots a little bit easier so he can score better because they're going to need him to be more efficient. I mean, he's like I said, he had 32, but 11 for 25, not the best percentage. I think he's shooting like 37 on the series from there. And, I think it's just a matter of the Spurs, they came out, they were desperate. They knew, like I said, knew it was up. They lost. Just great game all around from them. I think that Wemby, you know, he heard the noise. He heard, from us, from media, from everywhere where he was playing bad and, Carl Towns killing him, which Carl Towns has been killing him. I mean, I think before this game, especially, he was a front runner for the Finals MVP. Because Brunson has been kind of struggling percentage wise, and he's had some good moments, but Cat has been consistent at least up to this point. I don't know, man. Game 4 is going to be a good one because if you go back down to San Antonio 2-2, that's a 3-game series, and 2 of those are going to be in San Antonio. So never know what can happen. I'm just interested to see how the Knicks bounce back next game. Josh Hart came out on fire. Did he use all of his good juju for the series? You never know. Landry Shamet, did he get all his misses out the way? You never know. I mean, I think that's what it's gonna take. The other guys besides Brunson, besides even I guess OG and Cat, who I think you would consider probably a big three, maybe. I mean, it's spread out because even Bridges, I mean, he had a great game last game, so you can't really say exclude him, I guess. But just a great game from the Spurs once again. I don't know, man. Wemby's playing is good. I mean, his efficiency's been up since game one. I think he's picking his spots a little better. He's not really trying to ISO as much. Carl Towns trying to ISO. He didn't get to that as much this game, but Carl Towns ISO and Wemby, I think his foul trouble kind of deterred him from being as aggressive. I know there's going to be a story about free throws. Honestly, I just feel like the Spurs got fouled more. I mean, when you have that much pressure on the rim with Castle, with Harper, who Wemby, obviously, I think it's just hard to not foul. I mean, I think even game 2 was a little more physical than it should have been. Like, obviously, we like playoff basketball, we like physicality, but there were some times people just got mauled and there was no whistle. So I know the Knicks fans are going to say the whistle was going, against them or whatever, but, you know, I'm indifferent. I guess you could say I'm rooting for the Spurs, but I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm a Warriors fan, so I'm just really calling like I see it. I think that, it's gonna be a matter of can the Knicks others and their role players come in and, excuse me, not dominate, but just contribute, just like the Spurs did. I mean, going down their whole team roster tonight, you could point to a moment that each player had and was like, okay, this contributed to a win. You only win by 4, so these plays are big, even though it might seem like a small play in the second quarter. When the game's within 4, it makes a difference when guys have to foul. The Knicks have to foul you at the end of the game versus not. Things like that come into play. But overall, a great game. I mean, hopefully, I love watching basketball. Hopefully, this goes 7. But if not, hopefully, it's just these games are competitive the rest of the way. I'm just excited for the rest of it. Kind of, interested to see how Wemby keeps going. Obviously, he's the hot commodity nowadays. Is he gonna win his first ring, or is it gonna be more of a villain origin story for him? You never know. I mean, we're gonna have to keep watching to find out. But overall, great series. It's been fun. I think it's gonna continue to be fun, and just hope I can get some more company on here next time. But that's all I got. I'm not just gonna sit up here and talk y'all's head off, saying the same stuff over and over. But I think the Spurs have a chance to take this series back on Wednesday, and if they do, then it's gonna get interesting because 3 games and 2 of them in San Antonio, and it's looking like the Spurs kind of have their defense a little figured out, at least more so than they did in Game 1. But that's it. I'll catch y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching. Smooth.